What's going on, guys? Troy at Mountain Man Treasure here, and I'm on the road. Just to set the stage for you, I'm on my way to a garage sale. But that's not what we're talking about in this video. Okay, so yeah, I'm on my way to a garage sale right now out of town. I'm not exactly sure what order these are gonna end up airing in, but the sale is about 35 miles away from me, and it's the only one going, so I'm gonna go check it out. But I figure I've got the time, I might as well chat a little bit, right? So that's what we're gonna do. I wanted to talk a little bit about just sort of taking advantage of your knowledge of current events, of pop culture, things like that. It can be super helpful when it comes to reselling, guys. And the thing that sort of got me thinking about it, I was on a live with Nana Tink's Treasures, and we were talking, at least I think that's where it happened. I'm pretty sure that's where it was. And we were talking, somehow the Tiger King came up, and it was super surprising to me. There were, I don't know, half the chat, there was a lot of people in there that had no idea what the Tiger King is, I guess. It's still on, so is. Just straight off, that was surprising to me that they didn't know what it was. I don't think some of them had even heard of it. Now, if you don't want to watch it, that's fine. I mean, I recommend it's one of the greatest car crash documentaries you'll ever see. But you don't want to watch it, that's fine. But there is value in being plugged in enough to know when something like that is going on, because that really took the country, parts of the world, quite honestly, by storm. And it was on the public consciousness, and that's all that was on the public consciousness for a week, 2 weeks, something like that. And to some extent, it's still there. And so if you look at a lot of people's what solds lately, or at least, go back 2-3 weeks, start looking at what solds. The people that sell clothing, look at the increase in animal print clothing, like leopard print, tiger, the graphic, a tiger or a lion graphic t-shirts, stuff like that, the shoes, all that stuff ramped up. I started seeing a lot of it, and nobody was really talking about it. I think Gorgeous maybe mentioned it a little bit later in the trend, but I started to notice it, and notice a lot of people weren't sort of connecting the dots, at least not in the video, right? Those things change people's buying habits. So it's certainly valuable to keep an eye on what's going on. Jump over to the entertainment news. See if there's somebody doing something wearing fill in the blank, right? Maybe they like a particular style of shoes. Maybe they wear vintage Nike hoodies. Whatever it is, keep an eye on that sort of thing. Oh man, just drove past the exit I normally take to one of my favorite fishing spots, and I'm pretty sure it's not open yet. I got to go 15 miles back in the mountains over here on this road, and I'm pretty sure it's still snowed over near the top, so that's a bummer. Anyway, sorry, lost my train of thought there. Yeah, keep an eye on what's going on. Supreme just dropped a relief effort shirt, I believe. I didn't know about that. I found out about it like the day after. Everything's gone, so that's not helpful. But if you were in on that early, and I guess maybe you had a bot because it seems like you need that, you can grab those. Those are going to be huge for resale. It depends on what area you're involved in, what area you like. A lot of people do this with shoes, right? When the shoes drop, they snatch them up and then they resell. Funko Pops, same deal. So it's helpful to keep an eye on what's going on. Now, something else that I just happened to notice on last, I don't know what it was, maybe a week ago, something like that, they dropped the first trailer for a new Disney Plus docu-series. They're basically doing a behind-the-scenes look at the making of The Mandalorian, which was a massive success. Stuff for The Mandalorian actually just is a general bolo. It all varies in price point, but it sells pretty well. Mandalorian stuff has a pretty good sell-through. But when that trailer dropped, it was a Thursday morning that dropped, saying, hey, coming up in 2 weeks, I think it was, something like that, the series is starting. Go look at the sell-through on that particular date, and the price didn't necessarily increase, but it was on people's consciousness, and so they went, you know what, I would kind of like a Mandalorian action figure. Look at the Mandalorian action figure sales for that day. I went back and scrolled through them, and usually there's a fairly good amount. That day it was probably double. I mean, this is just anecdotal. I didn't go through and count every one of them and run the numbers, but I scrolled through multiple, like 2-3 pages in like a 24, 36 hour period of Mandalorian stuff that was selling. It was definitely a tick up. Stuff like that matters, guys. I think what I might do is drop this on Monday. I think that's what we're going to do. We're going to drop this on Monday. And why Monday? Well, let's stick with the Star Wars theme. Monday is May 4th, or May the 4th, which goes to May the 4th be with you, May the Force be with you. You can follow the breadcrumbs. It's Star Wars Day. That's what, oh, I just sold something. How about that? I sold an old Caterpillar snapback hat for $20.99, and I think I set international shipping rate on that at $19.99 because that came in at $39.99, I think, on my notification. So I think we just sold an old snapback hat overseas for $40. How about that? Anyway, May the 4th, Star Wars Day. Guess what is going to start selling more on Monday? Star Wars stuff is going to sell more on Monday. I can almost guarantee that Star Wars search terms are going to go up and sell-through is going to go up. So, this is my little tip for you. If you've got any Star Wars stuff, it should probably get listed today. People are going to be looking for Star Wars stuff today. If you've got it, now would be a really good time to list it. If it's just sitting there in that death pile, I'd be interested to know if you have something that's not listed and you just listed it today for Star Wars Day. Did it sell? Let me know down below in the comments, or if you already had something. I'm curious if Star Wars. I actually sold a Star Wars toy that's been sitting around for a very long time. I got it while Shopko was closing here, and it sold the other day. Went to Puerto Rico. That's neither here nor there. I don't know that necessarily matches up because the dates are fairly far apart, but there is going to be stuff available to sell on Saturday. Now, the other thing is, look at the other side of that. There is probably going to be some special stuff released by Lucasfilm and or Disney. I guess Disney would be the one releasing it now. I bet there's going to be some special Star Wars stuff released on Monday. Some of it may be limited edition. That's a fan base that buys collectibles. So if you have a good deal on a limited edition thing, I don't know, maybe buy it. Look at that as a little bit of a retail arbitrage or online arbitrage possibility. Anyway, that was just a random musing that I had, and I thought, well, I'm driving for a half hour, I might as well share it with you. The general idea, be aware of what's happening in the world outside of reselling, because that impacts reselling. So take a cruise through the entertainment blogs, or go to the sports. Tom Brady, when Tom Brady went to Tampa Bay, my guess is Tampa Bay stuff ticked up a little bit. When high draft picks go to a popular draft picks go to a particular team, all of a sudden there's a lot of new fans for that team because the fans of that player matriculate over and they're like, okay, well, now I'm a Miami Dolphins fan. So keep an eye on that stuff. Don't bury yourself in it because you still got to watch all these reseller YouTube videos. So we don't want to lose you on our YouTube channels, but every now and again, take a break, look at something else, see what's happening in the world around you, and see how you can connect that to reselling. Thanks for hanging out, guys. I needed somebody to talk to, even if it felt like only myself. Coming up tonight, since we're going to run this on Monday, coming up tonight, we have a fantastic guest on our live. It's Keeping It Real. That airs at 8 p.m. Eastern. And we're going to be chatting with Josh Vernell from the Harry Tornado YouTube channel. That's right, Harry Tornado. That guy just hit 30,000 subs on his YouTube channel a couple of days ago. He's giving away a Rollo printer. If you're not watching him, you need to be. He's really, really good. You can learn a lot from watching his channel. It's been fun to watch him grow and kind of take off. If you want to have a sit-in with him, we're going to have a good conversation with him tonight. No real telling where that conversation's going to go. But I think part of it, if you guys have a YouTube channel like mine, it's new, it's starting to grow, I think it'll be a good one to sit in on because I want to talk with him about that a little bit, about trying to grow YouTube at the same time as trying to grow eBay. And how do you mesh those things together? How do you give them the right amount of time each while still, I mean, he's married, he's got a dog. How do you take care of the family when you're trying to take care of all this other stuff, right? And
in 2 miles, take exit 164 for Montana 69, Port Boulder.
We got here faster than I thought we would. It felt faster because I got to talk to you guys. I got a couple miles. We're finishing up anyway. I also want to talk with Josh just kind of about YouTube. I know it's hard sometimes. You feel like you're pouring into this stuff and nothing's happening. And then other times you feel like you're pouring in and you really feel like you're pouring in. And I want to talk to him about that. He tried to recently do an everyday vlog through the entire month of April, and it started to get to him. And I want to talk to him about that because I think it's really interesting. And I think it can, I think the lessons that he learned there can translate, I guess, not only into your YouTube business or your eBay business, but life for that matter. Because that's what we do Monday at 8 p.m. Eastern on the Mountain Man Treasure Channel.
Take exit 164 for Montana 69, Port Boulder.
She's talking to me. And I just sold something else. I just sold it overseas, international. You guys sell overseas, guys. That's what we do. Man, that's what we do on Keeping It Real. So tune in for Harry Tornado, Josh Vernell tonight.
Take exit 164,
we'll see you then, guys. Thanks.
Then turn left onto Montana 69 South.